Tell me when it was, I guess, when was it that you knew you wanted to be a teacher, and I guess when was it that you knew you wanted to be a music teacher?
They actually happened at the same time. It was my freshman year of high school, and my high school choir director was a very influential person in my life. And up to that point, I'd wanted to be a lawyer. Up through elementary school, middle school, it was always law. And my freshman year of high school, my eyes got opened more to music, and I became a lot more involved with it. And it was my freshman year that I ultimately decided what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. So,
who was that? Who was that teacher?
His name is David Lam, and he is currently a church organist and teaches some freelance college stuff down in southern Indiana and Kentucky.
Gotcha. So, if somebody walks into your class, well, let me back up. How long have you been teaching, and how long have you been here?
This is my 9th overall year teaching. I spent 4 years at the beginning of my career at Chauncey Rose Middle School, and this is my 5th year at Terre Haute South.
Okay. And I was going to ask you, when people walk in your choir room here, what are they going to see? What are they going to experience, and what is kind of your style of teaching, I guess?
I try to be very fast-paced with the kids, and if anybody walks into my room, they're generally going to see students who are engaged in what they're doing, and they're going to see students that are hard at work and having fun at the same time. I try to keep my classroom environment pretty light. The kids seem to enjoy that, and it makes them want to work that much harder.
Yeah, and what is it about this age group that you enjoy so much?
I enjoy working with high school students because of the talent that they have. When I taught middle school, I got them to a point where I wanted them to be musically, but there's just a smaller range of things that you can do with middle school students because of the development of the voice. And in a high school setting, that broadens a lot more, and I'm allowed to do a lot more musical things that I enjoy, and if I enjoy it, then the students in turn enjoy it as well.
Yeah. And have there been any moments that you can think of off the top of your head that, or when you've been teaching, that you look back and you think, you know, that's why I do this?
Absolutely. Kids have what I like to call light bulb moments all the time, and you can tell in a student's face when they get it. And when that happens for the first time, those are priceless moments that you really can't get back. I mean, it's a wonderful experience to be a part of when a student finally understands something and grasps a concept, and it just changes their whole attitude and demeanor. It's a wonderful experience.
Yeah. And for somebody who's never stepped foot into Terre Haute South, what would you tell them about the staff, the students here? I mean, what would you tell them about this place?
Terre Haute South is an amazing place to work. The staff is very supportive, and not only of me, but of each other. We are like a family here at South, and I think that gets handed from the top all the way down. All of the administrators are very approachable and friendly, while in a professional manner. I mean, it's really a great place to work. The students here are kind and respectful, and it's just a great environment to work, and it's a great environment for them to learn, and it takes all the students and teachers doing all of that to make that possible.
Yeah, and this is, you know, we're in a time right now where it's not an easy time to be an educator. What do you think are some of the challenges, or the biggest challenge that you face as an educator, or that everybody faces as an educator, and what are, I guess, on the other end of that, what's the most rewarding part as well?
Well, for me, the most challenging thing is obviously there's a lot going on the state level as far as education is concerned right now, and that's got a lot of people worried. And what I try to do, how I cope with it, is I come in every day and I just try to do the absolute best job that I can possibly do. And I feel that if I am servicing my students to the best of my ability every day, then I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And the students respond in kind to that. They can sense when a teacher has passion for what they do and when they don't have passion for what they do, and they feed off of that. And I would tell any teacher that if you're passionate about what you do, then your students will see that, and your classroom environment will be absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. And then, were you familiar with the Golden Apple Awards at all?
Yes, I had seen Golden Apples previously in previous years given out to teachers in the Wabash Valley, and I was familiar with it, although till now I had never been nominated for one. So,
yeah. What's it mean to you that somebody took the time to nominate you?
Well, as a teacher, sometimes I wonder, do my students really get it? Do they understand my passion? Do they feel the same way? And there's days where I leave school and I just don't think that they do. And then to be surprised with the nomination, it really lets me know that they do get it and that they do care enough about it to take the time out of their schedules to write a wonderful nomination letter.
Did you get a chance to read the nomination letter?
No, I haven't seen any of them yet. They showed me bits and pieces and read me snippets of some of the letters, but I have not gotten copies of those yet.
And then the other question I was going to ask you is, we've been doing this for 26 years. They've given out 5 every year, but that's still a relatively small list of names. What does it mean that your name's on that list with those educators?
It's very humbling. And that's all I can really say. It's a very humbling experience to know that your students care and your students' parents care that much about what you're doing in the classroom every day, to first take the time to nominate you and then to be chosen out of all of the people that have been nominated. It's just an extremely humbling experience.
And has it sunk in yet, really?
No, not really. And it's all kind of surreal. It really hasn't sunk in that, I've gotten a golden apple. I just keep doing what I do on a daily basis. So.
Yeah. And then the last question I had is, this is for kind of the show itself, not the actual pieces, but I'm asking teachers if they have any kind of fun moments of funny things that kids have done in their classroom, or fun stuff that has happened in the classroom, that stories that you can think of.
Probably no stories right off the top of my head, but my students like to goof around a lot, and I find myself goofing around with them a lot. So we have lots of fun, and I have a classroom environment that's very unstructured, and that's the nature of being a choir director. It's not, people in desks and we have books open and that kind of thing. We get to do a lot of creative things in here, and sometimes that creative process lends us to be a little looser and have a little fun. So.
Perfect.